Tyson's mother believed his mind had been beaten out of shape, so she took him to a psychologist. After the evaluation, the doctor told her that Tyson had an intellectual disability. In that moment, his mother let go of all hope for her son. Tyson sank into a fog and drifted through his days. No matter how he was treated, he would not fight back. No one imagined that a boy like Tyson with a past like this could live a legend like Rocky. Tyson's father was a loyal boxing fan. Every time he watched a match and felt excited, he picked fights with his wife. Tyson's mother had had enough of that life. One day, she threw a basin of hot soup into the face of the violent husband. Tyson stood still and watched it all. He did not think he was unlucky. He naively saw it as a sign of love between his parents. Then came the day his parents argued and waved knives. His mother took Tyson and left the house. Before marrying Tyson's father, his mother had wanted to become a university lecturer. She fell in love with the wrong man. After the divorce, she dated a few men. In the end, she was swindled out of all her money and lived on the street. Hard times forced her to drag 3 children from place to place. To feed them, she relied on her looks to survive. A life like that left a shadow in the hearts of the children. Tyson was bullied often, so he dropped out early. The one thing that brought him joy each day was feeding pigeons. With no friends to talk to, he treated the birds as his best friends. One day, a school bully snapped the neck of a pigeon in front of Tyson. That act pushed Tyson into darkness. From that moment, he was no longer easy prey. He learned that he had to fight back when needed. After his first brawl, Tyson began to change. He became a local tough. He ran with older kids who beat people and robbed them. At 10 years old, he believed one simple rule. If a rich stranger showed up, he would rob them. Police chased him almost every day, and he grew used to it. Then he watched a friend get shot to death. Tyson realized that if he kept going like this, he might not live past 20. Tyson still flailed in a bad life. He kept fighting in the street each day. People with no future and no empathy often want to use violence to get even with those who hurt them. At least twice a week, Tyson was taken to the police station. Each time, his mother had to apologize and pay before she could take him home. Even so, Tyson did whatever he wanted. His mother feared that one day her son would die on the street like many other black boys. She decided to send him to a reform school. The reform school became Tyson's second home. It also opened a turning point in his fate. At 13, Tyson got in trouble again, and his mother sent him back. That night, as they prepared to sleep, his roommate held his ribs and said he was hurt. The man who hit him was a coach with a body like a boxer. Tyson was not willing to accept that. He decided to challenge the coach to avenge his friend. He only wanted to show a little of his strength. The coach threw one punch and Tyson dropped to his knees in pain. In that moment, Tyson knew that if he had skills like that coach, he could beat anyone. When the coach finished his shift, Tyson chased him and begged for lessons. The coach refused at once. He said he had seen many who wanted to be boxers, but few had the grit to last. Tyson needed to change his behavior first. When he broke his bad habits, he could come back. Tyson listened. He went from a kid who hated school to a hard-working student. His teachers praised him. Even so, boxing was all he cared about. He wanted to prove to his mother that he was not trash, as she once called him. He had thought he was the dumbest boy in the world. The truth showed he had talent. After long, hard effort, he earned top marks in every subject. The coach kept his promise and agreed to teach him boxing. Tyson showed exceptional talent in training. For the first time in his life, he mastered something that was not a crime. Soon, his level even surpassed his first coach. Tyson was only 13. Seeing his special gift, the coach introduced Tyson to his own mentor named Harvey. Tyson feared he was being cast aside. He wondered if he had done something wrong. When he met Harvey, he understood the kindness behind the move. Boxing might truly change his fate. Harvey had trained 2 world champions. He was retired and slowly fading from memory. When he saw a small teenager who could handle grown fighters with ease, he knew he had found a rare prodigy. He also saw his last great chance. He poured himself into Tyson. He wanted to shape the youngest heavyweight champion. He wanted to forge a beast whose name inspired fear. Harvey Care brought Tyson the first warmth he had ever felt. Lacking a father, he listened to Harvey. The coach spoke often. He said Tyson would become the greatest fighter in the world. He said no one could beat him. After a spell of hard training, Tyson at 14 ruled his age group. To build experience, Harvey sent him into amateur tournaments. The assistant worried that a gym might not allow a minor. At registration, their fear vanished. No one believed he was only 14. On his first walk to the ring, Tyson felt nerves. He almost ran away at the last minute. Then he thought of lost black boys on the street. Boxing was his only way out. He stepped through the ropes. The bell rang. In a single round, he knocked his opponent out cold. His legend began. Harvey mapped the next path. Tyson would run through the junior circuit. He would target Olympic gold at 18. Then he would turn pro and chase the belts. Harvey told Tyson to stay calm after every win. Keep a cold face. Become the ruler of the ring. Tyson cried with gratitude. He said he would never be bullied again. He followed the plan. He won 5 straight at the youth games. He took gold in 8 seconds. He became the local boxing hero at 14. Fate did not treat everyone the same. More than half of Tyson's childhood friends were already dead. Tyson brought the medal home to his mother and asked for pride. She did not smile. She doused him with cold words. Keep winning. If you lose, that old coach will toss you out. He is only using you. When Tyson left, she added one more line. Do not go out stealing again. Tyson could not bear the insult to his pride. The gold medal in his hand was a reward for effort. He was not useless, yet he drifted back to armed robbery with his crew. One friend spoke to him with care. He told Tyson to leave the gang. He said he had seen Tyson on TV. He said Tyson knocked white boys' teeth across the floor. He said the white crowd even cheered for him. He said he thought he was seeing things. He said Tyson should not follow him to steal. He said, I will die here. You can be famous. One day I can say I once ran with a legend. Tyson never saw that friend again. 3 months later, the friend was shot dead. Tyson kept winning in the ring. Misfortune struck again and again. Soon, Tyson's mother died of cancer. The people closest to him kept leaving. The loss cut deep. His most trusted coach stayed by his side and gave him comfort. Harvey loved Tyson and decided to adopt him. From that day, they became a family. One was a former famous coach who was growing old. One was an unlucky boy who had lost everything. They were not bound by blood, yet they leaned on each other. Tyson brought hope to the life of Harvey. Harvey gave Tyson the feeling of a father. That bond changed the fate of Tyson. 3 years passed as Tyson trained without rest. He feared letting Harvey down, so he tried to end every fight fast. Life could not stay smooth forever. A bad call by a referee gave Tyson a loss. He remembered his mother's words, "You must always win. If you lose, the coach will leave you." Tyson feared Harvey would stop loving him. Harvey said the taste of payback is sweet. A life that stays easy cannot build a legend. Those words forged the iron will of Tyson. Over the next 6 years, Tyson kept winning. Harvey introduced him to 2 top agents to raise his image. At 18, Tyson became well known. Harvey was in the stands for every fight. He did not live to see Tyson take the crown. He died of pneumonia. The fatherly love Tyson had just found was gone. Tyson was in pain, yet he held tight to his mentor dream. Less than a week after the funeral, Tyson returned to a brutal schedule. He warmed up until his body burned and still kept knocking people out. Heavyweights feared his name. His punches were fast. They were precise. They were heavy. Interviews often lasted longer than the fights. He won 27 straight. He scored 25 knockouts. At last, the title shot came. Tyson had trained for years for this moment. His opponent was a former heavyweight champion. Tyson took control in the first round. Seconds into the second round, he ended it with a hammer blow. His name exploded across the country. He became the youngest champion in America and in the world. A new era began. Tyson won and glanced at his corner. Somewhere above, Harvey might have seen it. After Harvey passed, Tyson lost the guidance of a father. He grew lazy. The aura of the heavyweight crown drew thousands of women. Tyson knew many only loved the shine. A boy who grew up without tenderness often does not know what love means. Tyson did not respect his own feelings. A new woman each day became normal. One day he was eating and saw a black actress on television. She shone in a time that still carried bias. She was the kind of woman most men could not reach. Tyson decided he would marry Robin. He chased her with heat. After many tries, he got a date. When he arrived, he saw Robin with her mother and her agent. Her mother worried about a fighter who lived by throwing punches. The scene felt stiff. Tyson thought about leaving. Robin asked him to stay. They slept together. Tyson asked her to be his girlfriend. Robin said no. Hollywood had very few black actresses. She would not lose her dream for romance. Tyson felt she was different from other women. The harder it was to have her, the more he wanted her. He copied the plots of movie romance. He prepared lavish gifts to win her heart. He still drifted with other women while he planned. He believed he could not truly have Robin. Less than 2 weeks later, Robin said yes. Tyson became her boyfriend. When they went public, her career did not suffer. It grew. Their sweet love landed on front pages again and again. Soon Robin said she was pregnant. She used that to push toward marriage. No one knew whose child it was. Tyson did not care. He loved for the first time. He showed love by spending without limit. His longtime agent, Jimmy, died of illness. A man named Caton stepped in at once. Tyson signed a contract that said if Jimmy died, then Caton would become the agent. The contract also said that if Tyson died, his wife would receive 50% of his assets. Tyson had turned himself into property that could be passed to anyone. After the wedding, Robin moved into a mansion of extreme luxury. She filled it with furniture that cost more than the house. She spent Tyson money without restraint. Robin watched every dollar he had. She soon found the bad terms in his new contract. She asked her mother to intervene and argue for Tyson. She forced Caton to leave. She took control of Tyson finances. A new agent named John King stepped in. He became the new manager. He would one day push Tyson to the edge of ruin. He took $100 million from Tyson. Tyson stayed naive. He believed Robin loved him. He did not know that mother and daughter were slowly taking control. Tyson dreamed of a warm family with Robin. He gave in on every issue. One day he took Robin to visit his foster mother. He then saw the face behind Robin's careful smile. Tyson had bought the house for his foster mother. He also paid for every living expense. Robin sat cold at the table. She asked why her husband had to destroy his body in the ring. She asked why he had to support another person forever. Tyson grew angry. In his heart, his foster mother was like his birth mother. He pulled Robin into the hall and demanded answers. Robin said Tyson was being used. She said he was a fool who counted money for others. Tyson punched through a wardrobe door. Robin saw his fury for the first time. To control him completely, she claimed to have bipolar disorder. She asked a doctor for mood stabilizers. The pills drained Tyson's strength. His punches lost force. His reaction slowed. His mind slipped. He almost crashed his car. John King feared Robin would destroy Tyson. He often took Tyson out so that Tyson would not go home at night. That created new fights between Tyson and Robin. In one argument, Tyson learned that Robin had miscarried. After that loss, he felt numb. During a trip to Moscow, the conflict reached a breaking point. Tyson lost control of his emotions. He smashed things to vent. To avoid worse damage, Tyson and Robin sat for a television interview. Robin said on air that Tyson had hit her. She said he hit a teacher. She said he hit her daughter. She said he hit her mother. Tyson had taken too much medication. He stared blankly through the recording. Right after the show, they divorced. They had been married 8 months. Tyson lost half of his assets. Robin also sued him for defamation. She demanded $125 million. Tyson had never heard of a prenuptial agreement. He ended up with almost nothing. Even though Robin shamed him, he felt a strange relief. The only person Tyson still trusted was John King. Tyson then made huge sums of money. He took countless ads every day. He dated many women at once. He even installed a hot tub in a luxury car. He bought every kind of luxury car. Anyone with a loose tie to him could get cash on the spot. The money came so fast that he could not spend it all. He exhumed his mother and reburied her with care. He became one of the richest boxers in the world. That would remain true only if his agent did not steal from him. John King was already skimming money in secret. He no longer cared about real training. He let Tyson waste his talent. To Tyson, the agent looked like a father figure, so he missed the danger. Only his sister truly worried about him. She saw the cuts and bruises on his face. Her heart ached. Tyson showed her his lavish life. Before they said goodbye, she warned him to be careful with John King. She said everyone was calculating against him. She said they would drain him and then destroy him. Tyson was arrogant at that time. In a single day, he could make more than his sister could in her whole life. He brushed off the warning. One day, Tyson noticed that John King had decorated a room like a palace. Tyson asked how much he had spent. John King gave no number. He only praised Tyson as one of the richest men on earth. Tyson grew suspicious. Then John King pulled out a video game tape. Tyson saw himself as a playable character. He was on the cover. He felt happy at once. He forgot his doubts. Pride and indulgence led to a shocking defeat against Douglas. In one day, Tyson had been with more than 20 women. When he walked to the ring, he felt weak. His legs were soft. He could not last to the end of the second round. His long winning streak ended in a careless haze. After the loss, sponsors pulled every poster that showed Tyson. They replaced him with an unknown white fighter. Soon, his only close relative left also passed away. Tyson thought he had reached the bottom. It was only the beginning of the storms to come. At that time, Tyson stood at the height of fame. He was invited to promote a beauty pageant for black women at a ballroom. He noticed a young woman named Washington and fell in love at first sight. He pursued her right away. Her family were Tyson fans, so she agreed to meet. At 1 a.m, Tyson called Washington. He said he was downstairs and wanted to see her. She did her makeup, then went down and got into his luxury car. The next day, her family went to the hospital and said she had been assaulted. After a test of intercourse, they filed charges. They said that at 2 a.m, she followed Tyson to a high-end hotel. Tyson asked her to come into the bedroom to talk. She did not refuse, so they sat on the bed and talked. She said she admired Tyson. She said she did not want a one-night stand. Tyson thought she was teasing him. He felt more aroused. Many people supported Tyson. They said the fault was not his. They said pageant contestants pose so men can feel desire. They said Washington should not have agreed to get in a man car at 2 in the morning. In court, the lawyers fought hard. Washington's mother said her daughter had once been happy and confident. After this, she changed. She woke in fear each night. People in the room were moved. Tyson lawyers said Tyson was crude. Tyson was driven by instinct and desire. Some women he had flirted with testified. They said Tyson harassed them. They said they had rejected him. The defense stressed that Washington did not clearly refuse. Tyson took the stand and gave his account. He said he called her at 2 in the morning. He told her to wear shorter clothes to meet him. She came down and got in the car. They kissed, then went to a hotel and had sex. Washington sat silent. The question was whether his words were enough to clear him. Tyson said she had consented. After long debate, the judge found him guilty. The reason was that Washington, as a rational woman, had said no. That meant refusal. Tyson had to respect women. When a woman says she does not want something, you must stop. Later, some said Washington only wanted a large settlement. Some said she used men. Some said Tyson had not given her enough benefits. Washington went on a talk show to explain. She said she felt sorry for Tyson. After the incident, Tyson asked if she did not love him anymore. That question made her think he had a mental barrier. She said she did not want to destroy his career. She said she did it because Tyson needed help. After the show, she left the public eye. Tyson was taken into custody. He began a painful road of redemption. He was sentenced to 6 years in prison. When he was released, he was 31. His hope of climbing back grew dim. Tyson turned irritable and downcast. In prison, Tyson stayed on edge and sank into gloom. A patient cellmate taught him how to live inside. If he stayed wild, the system would break his future. The man told him to read books. If he did not know where to start, then start with the Constitution. At first, Tyson did not listen. In the early months, he had to prove he would not be bullied. He struck first so no one would try him. Someone mocked him as a predator of women. Tyson could not bear it and hit the man. He was sent to solitary. At times, he clashed with guards. Many inmates did not want Tyson to ruin himself. They kept advising him. Tyson saw that if he could not change reality, then he had to change himself. He began to read and study each day. Then his closest prison friend was transferred. Later, another friend moved into his cell. The two of them started small trade within the rules. Fans sent gifts to Tyson. In the packages, there were selfies. There were magazines. There were discs for entertainment. There were snacks. There were household items. The prison allowed legal exchange, so they used it to earn a little. Tyson no longer woke at 5 each morning. He lived like a small king within the order of the prison. He could watch television. Sometimes guards even brought him donuts. Life became easier. His time was reduced for good behavior. Banned items were tightly controlled, so they only traded in private and safe spots. One day, Tyson received a new phone that was allowed by internal policy. A few Muslim inmates spoke with him. They invited him to pray. They invited him to run small, lawful trades. At first, Tyson carried bias because he had seen a fight between John King and a driver who was Muslim. Later, he understood that it was a personal issue. He converted. He began to pray every day. The simple rites brought him peace. With less than 6 months left, John King kept saying outside that Tyson would return in glory. The noise created heavy pressure. Tyson was not sure he could keep form. Anxiety pushed him to seek counseling. He went back to training. He cleaned up his diet. Most of all, he worked to become a better man. Release day came quickly. His biggest fear was failing to give fans exciting fights. He also feared he would fall back into an unstable version of himself. He still had to return to the ring. John King cared only about money. He booked a frantic schedule. He did not care about Tyson, body or mind. Tyson thought about ending the deal. John King soothed him and lied to him. He knew that as long as money flowed, Tyson still had value. Tyson fought again under a crush of dates. Each time he walked to the ring, he feared a loss. Years had passed and he was not at his peak. Maybe the opponents were too weak, or maybe Tyson was still too strong. Many fights ended in the first round. Fans complained that the show was too short. Tyson tried to please them. He carried the pace into the third round, then closed the show. The streak grew. Tyson won back the belts. The purse for 2 belts reached $80 million. Tyson was a world champion again. He moved next to Wayne Newton. There was a lake. He kept a tiger. Wealth returned and so did inner conflict. At times, Tyson felt he did not deserve any of it. The schedule kept coming. Greater tests waited ahead. Soon after he climbed back to the top, Tyson entered a series with Holyfield. They met twice. Years earlier, Holyfield had used his head and left Tyson dazed. Tyson lost that fight. John King set a rematch for huge money. One bout could pay $30 million. Tyson could wash away the old shame. Tyson planned to retire. John King urged him to retire as the reigning heavyweight champion. Tyson's condition was still poor. The money was too great. He said yes. The bout became a global event. Ticket prices were sky high. 18,000 fans still paid to watch. The fight aired in 97 countries. The rating beat major tournaments. The long grudge filled Tyson with anger. He attacked from the start. Holyfield was seasoned and gave Tyson no chance. He clinched again and again. He drove his head into Tyson's face as before. The referee did not take points. Tyson lost control. He bit off part of Holyfield's ear. Tyson's reputation collapsed on the spot. Dark days followed. His second wife left him. The President of the United States spoke about it. Front pages ran a flood of bad news about Tyson. The shock also reached the purse. Tyson did not receive the $30 million. John King kept the money. He hired bodyguards to block Tyson. Tyson was so angry he nearly choked John King in a car. They ended the contract. Eason could not repair the damage after the incident. His body declined day by day. His timing slipped. He grew slow. The long grind of the pro game made him tired and numb. After many years in the ring, Tyson lost his final bout. He announced his retirement on the spot. That decision also signaled the risk of bankruptcy. The money was gone. He had to borrow to buy daily needs. The friends who once crowded around him drifted away. One woman did not leave him. She stayed by his side through the darkest stretch. They married and had 2 children. Tyson's life slowly found a footing. In later years, he began to reflect on the past. He rebuilt his life piece by piece. He tried to become a better father. He tried to become a better husband. He wanted to be useful to society. He faced his mistakes with calm. He took off the mask of a beast from the boxing ring. He returned to the real man and to his own softness. Looking back at the full arc of Tyson's life, he went from a delinquent boy in the slums to an unstoppable destroyer in the ring. If the ring was his stage, then his private life was a tragedy. A broken marriage, legal battles, prison time, waste of fortune, betrayal by those around him. The life of Mike Tyson is both a milestone in boxing history and a deep parable about the struggle of human nature. From his story, we see that each person is a warrior on the stage of fate. Everyone longs for victory. Everyone fears losing the way. Thank you for watching to the end. Please subscribe to the channel, please press like, please turn on the notification bell. You will not miss the newest films.